Hey, this is Night Flame bringing you another episode of Bag Issues Review, and today I will be reviewing Aquaman number one. Definitely just picked up this issue. I actually found it for a cover price in um, a comic shop I went to visit to meet Jerry and Penelope Gaylord, which signed Loki Ragnarok and Fanboys vs Zombies, which I have some issues probably that I'm gonna give out for giveaways later in the year. But definitely picked up Aquaman number one because you can't let a number one issue for cover price just let go. So this is first printing and all, and let's see what I thought of it. So last time I read Aquaman was when Jeff Parker took over, and before that I read Aquaman in issue 17 after the Throne of Atlantis. So it wasn't a good place for me to start reading Aquaman, and I dropped it after that because I thought it wasn't interesting. But now I read issue number one. Let's see what my thoughts about it were. So in this issue, it starts off with a bank robbery. It looks like, and Aquaman just comes and like stops the getaway car, the one that's run like driving away with all the money, and they're like, "Oh, look." First they make fun of him before he stops. They're like, "Oh, look, it's Aquaman. What is he gonna do? Call his fishes to help us?" And like all the jokes that happened prior to this new 52 Aquaman series. But Aquaman just like puts his trident up and picks the car and just flips it, which I thought was pretty awesome. And then the police officer were like, "Oh no, we just got stood up by Aquaman. What are our friends gonna think of us?" Because they think he's a joke, and the like the couple of writers, the writers that took over the other Aquaman series before New 52, definitely made him seem like a joke. So then we see Aquaman going to eat at like a seafood restaurant, and they're like, "Oh, what is he doing here? I think he's gonna like stop us, stuff." That's what the owner says. We make fishes. Is he gonna kill us for doing that? And then the girl's like, "Oh, hi, Aquaman," and I mean like the waitress. She says that she does this job for putting her two kids through college, and Aquaman's like, "Oh yeah, that's really cool." And she's like, "Oh, what do you wanna eat?" Since Aquaman is doesn't eat fishes. He obviously loves fishes, as we see, and he's like, "Oh, fish and chips." And then she's like, do uh, you know that's fish?" And then he's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Don't you talk to fish?" And he's like, "Oh no, they have small brains." He goes into explaining this, which I thought was pretty funny. And then, she just goes makes the food, and then this blogger comes in, and he keeps making fun of him. He's like, "Oh, you come here with your bright orange shirt, and you think you're not gonna get attention, stuff like that." And then Aquaman just leaves, cause he's like, "Oh, you're the superhero that everybody makes fun of. You're in the Saturday Night Live sketches and stuff." And Aquaman just doesn't want to hear any of it because he knows about this. So he leaves. Oh, and then first he asks him, he's like, "Oh yeah, isn't Mera your wife? They say she's stronger than Wonder Woman if she exists." Because they don't believe anything. They think he's just a joke. That Atlantis doesn't exist. And now I get why the Throne of Atlantis happened, and I think that the Throne of Atlantis like scarred the whole population after that, because they were obviously didn't think Atlantis was real, and but now they know, and at the end of the issue we see that Aquaman and Mera are together. He's like, "Oh yeah, this is where that restaurant was where my father used to take me." And this is the lighthouse he used to work in because they're standing right next to the lighthouse. And then he's like, "Oh, I wish we can just live out here." And then she's like, "Yeah, we could." And that's where the issue ends. Oh no, the issue ends with a new threat coming up, which I don't know what it is, but there's like piranhas. They eat they eat this guy out, and that's like next issue, second part of this arc. And I definitely want to read the next issues because this is an Aquaman I never seen before, and he's definitely cool and all. And I think you guys should definitely pick up the if you thought Aquaman was a joke, definitely pick up Jeff Johns' run on Aquaman because he'll make you think different. He has just that power. So thanks for watching and subscribe. Thanks.